Welcome back to the Advanced Technique playlist where we are covering all of this stuff. In the last lesson we looked at building licks, and in this lesson we're going to take a look at how to build our own runs. So let's get into it. Once again, we're going to start off simple here. I'm going to use the A minor pentatonic scale, and I'm just going to use the this box right here. In the last lesson I talked to you about grouping things in threes or fours to build your own licks. Well, we're going to also kind of apply that same technique to building our own runs as well. Alright, so to start, we kind of have to start with a motif, is what it's called. And basically what we're going to be doing is starting on this note here, going 5, 8, 5. And that's our motif. Okay, so it's 5, 8, and 5 on the next fret. Or the next string, rather. And we're going to basically keep repeating that same pattern, but we're going to shift it up to the next note in the scale. So how is this going to look when we actually do it? We're going to start with 1, 2, 3, up 3. Then we're going to shift down one note and go 1, 2, 3. All right? So 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7. 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7. And we just keep going with that same motif all the way up the entire shape of this scale. Here's a quick example of this on the guitar now. Alright, so this example is a little bit more complicated, but it also sounds a lot more interesting. So I'm using the E minor scale on this one, and this is it across the entire fretboard. But I'm really just using a small little portion right in here, really. And what I'm doing is I'm starting off on the 12th fret, so that's our E, and I got like two different motifs going in this one. So this first group of 8 notes right here, played in 16th notes, is my first motif. And then I come up with this other motif right here, and then I just repeat this, but I'm going down the scale. If we look at the music notation versus the tabs, we can easily see kind of the pattern emerging here. This first group of 8 16th notes right here, the shape of it, the 3 up, 3 down, yada yada yada, is the exact same as the first motif in the second bar. And same goes for this one and this one. The shape of these 4 descending notes, up 1, down 3, and up 1, they all match. So I basically just came up with these two motifs, connected them together, and then moved them on down the scale. So here's an example of this run, both slow and fast. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw some more runs at you guys. I'm not going to really explain them. I want you guys to kind of figure out what the motif was on your own. And this is the first one right here. So I'll play it slow and I will play it fast. Another thing you guys can do is combine your different runs. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting out with our 16th note run, and then I do a group of 6 with this little run right here, actually just right here, and then I do the whole ascending one to finish it off. So that's another cool idea that you guys can do, is just learn a few of these, come up with a few of these on your own, and then combine them to come up with something totally unique. And here's an example of this one on guitar. Alright, so that's it for this lesson, and I really hope that it helps you understand how to build your own runs. In the next lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at tapping. I hope to see you guys there.